bring this light in here. Probably not. Subscribe to the channel, people. I'm gonna open up the hotline this evening. Hope y'all having a wonderful day. I am. And let me see if I can. Let's get it in. Subscribe to the channel, The Real Gully TV. Hip hop, sports, and fashion. That's my pocket. That's what I do. Hip hop, sports, and fashion. I'm gonna cut on the hotline in a little bit. We got some things to talk about. I'm looking forward to hearing from y'all. I made a post this morning on Instagram, and ain't nothing worse than a dumbass nigga. Ain't nothing worse than a dumbass nigga, man. I hate dumb niggas. Dumb niggas make us all look bad. They do. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Y'all come in here and hit the notification bell at the very top as you come in and join this discussion. Johnny McCrant, what's up? Make sure you go to the website and get knitted. It's that time. This is a dandy. This is called Awesome. You can get yours at therealdribble.com, or you can go to paknit.com. I got two websites. One is my haberdashery that has a little bit of everything. Get an autographed copy of my book. Some things I've been through. This is me chronicling a lot of my investigative journalism when it pertains to some of the world's biggest black gangsters and drug lords. That's what it is. We're gonna talk about a drug lord tonight. And I'm looking forward to hearing some of y'all opinions on this topic. But I'm gonna wait for a few more people to come in here. Y'all like this video and y'all share this to y'all social medias. That's something that I need y'all to do when I come on, because a lot of times they be trying to suppress my reach due to my channel being X-rated. You know, I notice I don't have a check next to my title, Gully TV on YouTube. Everybody got a check next to their name except for me. They won't give me a check. It's almost like I'm not the real Gully TV. They don't acknowledge me as the real Gully TV. But fuck that check. I got a real one. Anyway, he said, not LeBron. Yeah, man, we got to talk about King James this evening. And as I said before, it ain't nothing that gets under my skin more than a dumbass nigga. A dumbass nigga, they already think we dumb. But to display it publicly before an audience of 11.2 million people, that's how many people viewed this tweet that he put out, welcoming home Big Meech. 11.2 million people. It was retweeted 11,000 times. And I knew when the tweet came out, I'm like, I just shook my head. I was like, this dude, man, what the fuck is wrong with this dude, man? Don't you know that you too high profile to be doing some shit like that? One thing that I've noticed over the years is the skills and how meticulous the media is when they go dig up an old tweet from somebody, or when they go dig up a certain tweet that's damaging. We've seen it. We've seen white professional athletes use the N-word back when they was in college. They go find that shit, dig that shit up and post it. Remember you said this your freshman year in college, you in the NFL now, but we remember you was talking about niggas. They've done that. just I've seen people. I've seen them dig out old tweets of athletes. I think it's AR-15, number 15 on the Lakers. What's his name? Reeves, Austin Reeves, I believe that's his name. Austin Reeves. Oh, JJ Redick with his old racism, right? Kevin Hart. Austin Reeves, I believe he said something like, he said something about LeBron when he was in college or some shit. He don't know that years later he gonna end up on the Lakers, but they dug that shit up. I'm almost positive it was Austin Reeves. But yeah, they go and dig up old tweets, man. Austin Reeves, right? They go dig up old tweets that's damaging. And me being a fan of basketball, particularly the Lakers, you know, my eyes are wide open to what's going on with LA, especially concerning King James. And somebody sent me that tweet, and I thought it was a joke. I thought it was a joke. LeBron James tweeted, "Welcome home, Big Meech." I thought it was a joke. I'm like, he can't be this stupid. You can't be this stupid. Like, I know that it's gonna be a time when he comes under attack. All athletes eventually get their day when they get put in a hot seat. And there's nobody that they would love to get more than LeBron, who's had a pretty squeaky clean background. You know what I'm saying? He said the quarterback of the Bills, Josh Allen, has some shit to say. Yeah, man, there's nobody that they would want to get some dirt on more than LeBron James, the face of the NBA. They haven't been able to, you know, even Kobe had his troubles. You remember that shit that happened with Kobe up in Denver, and he ended up telling on Shaq and a bunch of other shit. But everybody has had their scrutiny, but LeBron has made it a long time, 20-something seasons, without any controversy or anything like that. LeBron James tweeted, "Welcome home, Big Meech." And this is during a period that I'm watching a lot of people tweet this. Most of them was rappers. And I understand the rappers who welcomed him home. He was very, very kind and supportive to certain rappers during different times in their career and shit. One of them I interviewed on his channel, Spliff Star. He spoke highly of Big Meech. I know that he probably was kind to Fabulous, Young Jeezy, Uncasa, my man. He was around them before. He said that they was generous and shit like that. And ultimately, he actually took a chartered flight and took a whole bunch of rappers and entertainers to Cancun on his bill. You know what I'm saying? So I understand them welcoming him home. I totally understand that. I've seen a lot of it, and I'm like, okay, I'm just sitting back watching everything because I know that it's about to be some shit because he's been accused of some things before he came home by Blue Da Vinci, Dion Gatlin, and the people out of St. Louis. It's gonna be some shit eventually because he's home now. So I'm just sitting back and watching people sending me pictures. Yo, Big Meech home. You gotta go live and shit like that. I'm like, for what? I cover hip hop, sports, and fashion. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I've interviewed some hustlers and shit, but each hustler that I interviewed, it had something or some type of connection to hip hop, and that's being totally transparent. It was never my ambition or it was never a motive that I had to chase down, you know, gangsters and drug dealers and shit like that. AP said it's yet to be proven if he's a rat. I don't care what the nigga is. I interview rats. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. But I know that it's gonna be some shit eventually. But yeah, LeBron James tweeted, "Welcome home, Big Meech." And I'm saying to myself, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck is you doing, dummy? Like, what the fuck is you doing? You can't fucking publicly endorse or support a goddamn Crip drug lord that just got released from prison. What the fuck is wrong with you? You can't do that, man. You LeBron James, you can't do that. Now listen, right? Check logic behind this shit. Don't we know that these NBA players have had acquaintances who was drug dealers, drug lords and shit? Isaiah Thomas is from fucking Chicago. I'm pretty sure he got some high profile childhood friends that was vice lords and shit like that, probably gangster disciples. I think the organization was vice lords pertaining to Isaiah, right? Magic Johnson played for the Los Angeles Lakers in the 1980s, the cocaine 80s. Don't we know that Magic Johnson got some drug dealing associates and shit like that was coming to them goddamn Laker games? You might go to the same tailor to get your clothes tailored and fucking run into a goddamn drug lord. I seen Doug Williams in a picture full of hustlers from DC. You know what I'm saying? It's almost impossible for people of this ilk not to encounter these people. They're going to, let me get your dumb ass out of here, clown. They're going to the same fucking fights. When you go to them goddamn prize fights, Mike Tyson and Vander Holyfield and all this shit, that's who they're, the fucking hustlers. When you in a restaurant, 5-star restaurant, the motherfucking hustlers, they in the next fucking booth next to you and shit. Like, wherever you go, the Rolex store, wherever, you going to buy a Ferrari, whatever, you're going to encounter some, hey man, what you do for a living? I know what you do, you Magic Johnson. What you doing here, nigga? What you do for a living? You dig? So they 100% ballers. Ballers are in the same club. You know what I'm saying? Even when you go to the NBA games and you see people up in the booths and shit like that, the club booths and shit, you're going to encounter the ballers, right? Boom. That's personal business. Those are personal relationships. You're not going to see none of these professional athletes openly speak about their association with these people or openly promote their association with these people. Jalen Rose is from Detroit. Jalen Rose is from Detroit. Didn't they not in the BMF series have like a scene? Jalen Rose is from fucking Detroit. Jalen Rose is from fucking Detroit. He played for Southwest something in Detroit and shit. I think he's from around the Puritan Ave area, whatever. I could be wrong, but Jalen Rose is from the fucking streets. He's from the hood, right? And there's other people that's from the goddamn hood. DeRozan is from the fucking hood. There's a lot of them. Chris Webber played for Detroit Country Day and played for the University of Michigan Fab Five and shit like that. I think Jalen Rose has even spoken about growing up seeing these dudes and shit, like, you know, the best friends of Maserati Rick and shit as a kid and shit like that. But they ain't gonna get up. Jalen Rose ain't gonna tweet welcome home. Jalen Rose is from Detroit. One thing that I always noticed about Jalen Rose is the nigga got good fucking sense. Jalen Rose got caught in a fucking dope house when he was in college and shit. And I think he was just there playing a game or some shit. Some people try to say that maybe he might have been a hustler, but when you from Detroit, you're around the shit. You know what I'm saying? But Jalen Rose, who's high profile, you dig what I'm saying? Yeah, Jalen got caught in the trap house. Jalen Rose ain't dumb enough to get online on social media and tweet welcome home Big Meech. And he might have a relationship with the nigga. He might really have a relationship with them. He probably been around them when, you know what I'm saying? Like, he probably been around them for real. Now, LeBron came into the NBA in what? 2003 or 2004, right? Right? LeBron came in the league like 2003 or 2004, right? Help me out. Help me out. He's 2003. He came into the league. Boom. BMF was on their way to jail by 2005 and shit. So maybe he encountered him somewhere. Maybe he didn't. But I'm saying this to say he wasn't an NBA all-star legend type motherfucker yet when Meech and him was on the streets. You think what I'm saying? He probably was just coming into his own as Meech and them was going to jail. So I don't know if he know this nigga or not, but for you to publicly welcome home a drug lord, a Crip drug lord, whose organization has been associated with killing and shit like that, in front of 11.2 million people, you gotta be one of the dumbest motherfuckers in the world. You gotta be one of the dumbest niggas in the world. You can't possibly be thinking logically. You can't. And it came off as, this nigga's a fucking wannabe. You think what I'm saying? This nigga got online. He see everybody welcoming Big Meech home, primarily rappers and shit like that. So he posted shit. Welcome home, Big Meech, with a salute sign. Man, don't you know that you fucking LeBron James? There's little kids that follow you on Twitter, dickhead. There's little kids that follow you on Twitter that had no idea who Big Meech was. You introduced them to him. You introduced him. 11.2 million fucking people seen this shit. You introduced them to him. You did? And you got these kids who are impressionable, who might go into their Google search and type it in and say, let's see who Big Meech is. And say, oh, he's a goddamn drug lord. I guess he's cool because LeBron says he's cool and shit. And this is what the fuck I'm getting at. How stupid can you fucking be? How stupid can you fucking be? You see what I'm saying? How stupid can you fucking be, man? That makes no fucking sense. Now, let's talk about the NBA legends who preceded him. Let's talk about the sports athletes who preceded him. People who was on his level. Jim Brown, Muhammad Ali, Dr. J, Michael Jordan, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. They would never do no dumb shit like that. They would never do no dumb shit like that. Kobe Bryant, no, they would never do no stupid shit like They would never do no stupid shit like that, right? Yeah, 11 million people. And I posted it on Instagram this morning because I knew he was dead wrong. I'm like, man, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, you can't be that fucking stupid. We hold this guy as a professional athlete in a high regard. We don't want nobody attacking him. We don't want nobody attacking him. But this nigga opening the door. He opening the door. He's making himself vulnerable and shit. Like, he's opening, come on and attack me. I'm a dumbass nigga. I just tweeted this shit in front of everybody. And he know what they do with them tweets. You think what I'm saying? They know what they do with them tweets. Rambo, you got to go. If you ain't learned nothing, I don't fuck around in this chat. This is my motherfucking job. Straight up, I take this shit very fucking seriously and shit. Your day's gonna be numbered very, very fast if you think you're gonna come in here with some stupid shit. Gully, BMF got a show on Stars. Everybody and their grandmother know who Beach is, saying welcome home ain't about to hurt Bron. Suck a dick, dumbass. I'm not talking about LeBron. I'm talking about children. I'm talking about impressionable children. See, that's the thing with this fucking social media shit, right? You bring the dumb motherfuckers into the classroom with motherfuckers who got aptitude. Y'all see how that just went? Y'all see how remedial this motherfucker is? I just told him this is about impressionable children. You dig what I'm saying? And this nigga just twisted it and made it his own way. You dig? And that's what's fucked up about social media. It's almost frustrating. I had a motherfucker on Instagram earlier today said, Big Meech put more money in the U.S. than any U.S. president, and when he went to jail, the recession hit. What fucking sense do that make? It might have been something that economically happened at Magic City. It might have been something economically that affected people in Buckhead or maybe greater Atlanta. But that shit didn't affect the whole fucking world. I'm like, man, how the fuck stupid can you, how stupid can you be? And these motherfuckers be in the motherfucking, they be in the discussions with us and shit. They be trying to bring you down to being a dumb motherfucker and shit. Ain't that a bitch? Ain't that a bitch? I be like, God damn, man, like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck is on your mind? Like, how could you say some stupid shit like that and believe in it? You feel me? And then I got to deal with the shit in my goddamn comments and shit. It's very, very fucking frustrating. Very, very, very fucking frustrating. Getting back, he said strippers had a recession with homies with the exactly in Magic City. You got people who didn't even make a peep when Mutulu Shakur was released from prison. It's 9 to 5ers celebrating this shit. It's 9 to 5ers celebrating this shit. None of these niggas said anything when Mutulu Shakur was released from prison. He was from the Black Liberation Army. Let's say it again. Black Liberation Army. Black, that means us, all of us, and shit. These niggas ain't say nothing about that shit. That nigga went on, they let him out when he was damn near dead. You dig? Because he's capable of resurrecting some. He's capable of turning some niggas the fuck up. You feel me? They don't want niggas like that on the streets. You feel me? They don't want no Nation of Matulus and shit. They don't want no Shakurs on the streets. You feel me? But they let the drug boys out early. They let the Mutulu came out and died. Now they kept him until he was damn near a corpse. You feel me? But they let the drug boys out early. You know why? Because if we bring the drug dealers back and let them get on camera and online and on television with their gold jewelry on and all of these motherfuckers celebrating them, especially a motherfucker like LeBron James, then little boys will aspire to be this shit. Little boys will aspire to be just like him. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah, Jeff Ford, guys like them, they gonna keep them niggas until they expire. You feel me? They're very, very meticulous about who they put in front of us. They know that niggas be looking up to motherfucking drug. They know niggas be looking up to drug dealers and shit like that. And I know they sitting back like, God damn, this nigga is really something. He got LeBron James on board. He got LeBron James on board. Who the fuck is this nigga? You dig? You dig? And this ain't no nothing private, right? I had to tell Luke Steffen, that's who casted me to be in his movie Cream. And I'm gonna be in part 2 as well. We're gonna start shooting that a month from now. We're gonna start shooting part 2, right? I told Luke, I don't give a fuck about this shit, right? I'm Cynthia's son. I come from a righteous family, an educated family. I'm not gonna burn down on Tubi, keep playing the fucking the drug dealer. You casted me as like a hustler and shit like that. I said, my man, my aptitude goes way beyond that. We gotta figure out how to get some scripts that paint black people in a greater light than this. If you look at the shit that we watch on TV, it's the same shit. It's the same shit. It's the same shit. Whore, drug dealer, killer, stick-up boy, and a bunch of other shit. A bunch of other shit. I told him, my nigga, I ain't with that. I don't give a fuck about these cameras and shit like that. I was a star when I got here, my nigga. I left the projects to shit. You dig? So, yeah, I'm not moved by this shit at all. And I want you to know that me and you are capable of doing something greater than this. There's some niggas that probably need stories told about them. Some Nat Turner, some Denmark VCs, the Haitian Revolution. There's niggas whose stories that need to be told, even Mutulu Shakur and shit. And I was telling him, my nigga, You a director, you create films and shit like that. Like, the shit to be on Tubi is all kind of the same shit as Destructive for real and shit. This is some shit that keep niggas in a bottle. You dig? To keep niggas in a bottle. And when you got motherfuckers as high profile as LeBron James co-signing this shit, it can take hold of the minds of impressionable children who look up to LeBron James like he's God. And that's what the fuck I'm saying. This nigga was dead out of pocket for doing that shit. Didn't, like I said, Jalen Rose is from Detroit, the hood at that. And I know he know them niggas. It's a good chance that he know them niggas, got a relationship with them niggas. But even he, or Chris Webber, who's also from Detroit, Howard Isley, Vashawn Leonard, they from Detroit. They didn't even get up there and do no shit like that. You dig what I'm saying? They didn't even get up there and do no shit like that. But this dumb motherfucker made me question his aptitude. I said to myself, damn, the nigga did skip college. I said, the nigga did skip college. This motherfucker might be dumb for real. This is something that people don't examine when they put motherfuckers from the streets and hold them in a high regard. I was in the fucking county jail where a nigga had my neighborhood under siege, right? Right? We got to the fucking county jail. Listen, I'm a young nigga. I got certified as an adult. I went to jail at 16 with adults and shit. We get to the motherfucking county jail, and one of the most influential motherfuckers in the neighborhood couldn't fucking read and write. Couldn't fucking read and write. He couldn't fucking read and write. And these is the types of motherfuckers that people take and put on a motherfucking pedestal. I said, I'll be damned. I'll be damned. These is the types of motherfuckers that be having influence over generations. You dig what I'm saying? And this shit got to be disrupted. This shit has to be disrupted. This is what fucking D1 was rapping about. He was talking about the professional athlete, the entertainers, the podcasters, motherfuckers who co-sign and promote this bullshit. Niggas just like fucking LeBron James. Just like LeBron James. This nigga ain't never displayed any traits of somebody with some goddamn sense. All he do is play basketball. All he do is fucking play basketball, right? I said to myself, this motherfucker might be slow. He might be slow. He didn't go to college. When you in high school, where I'm from, you got to have a C average to play basketball. They stopped that. This is back in the 90s. They stopped that shit. They don't even be requiring motherfuckers to have passing grades to play scholastic sports. They don't even be requiring motherfuckers to have passing grades to play scholastic sports. So this nigga could have been slow in high school and shit. Just dominating on the hoop court and shit like that. He could have been slow in fucking high school, and he didn't have to go to college, so he wasn't challenged by that ACT. That's the reason a lot of niggas skip college, because they don't stand a fucking chance in the classroom. And for him to do what the fuck he did in front of 11.2 million people tells me that this nigga ain't got no motherfucking sense. Tell me that this nigga ain't got no motherfucking sense. Tell me that he didn't have no motherfucking sense. Now, P. says, so Meech didn't do his time. He don't deserve to be welcomed out of fucking prison after 1,000 years. I don't give a fuck if the nigga died there. I'm telling you about what's fucking essential for motherfuckers who are impressionable, looking up to a professional athlete. He can't say it. He could have welcomed him home privately. This ain't my motherfucking narrative. Have you read the comments under the motherfucking tweet? Have you read the comments under the motherfucking tweet? Go to Twitter and read the motherfucking comments. People hopped on his ass from point A. I'm going to read one of the rebuttals. Welcome home, a murderer, killer of kids through drugs, killer of countless mothers, fathers, families. You want to fit in so bad. You want to be hip and cool so bad that you just follow whatever is deemed cool at the moment. Shame on you. Grow the fuck up. The next tweet, glorifying the wrong people. The third tweet after that, grow up, nigga. Didn't you read Malcolm X's book? You think he would have wanted you to say some stupid shit like that? Go read the fucking tweets. Go read the fucking tweets. I'm not by myself in this train of thought. I'm not by myself. He said Melo need to pull his coat. I'm pretty sure them niggas done called him already. Like, yo, man, you can't be saying no shit like that. Like, you can't be saying no shit like that. Like, even if you know him and love him and meant that, you can't say that shit publicly. You can't. You occupy a position where too many eyes are on you. You dig what I'm saying? Would you want a motherfucker like that? Look at it like this, right? LeBron is responsible for probably speaking to children, telling them to stay in school and shit like that, right? Right? Do the right thing, stay in school, get an education. He's responsible for saying shit like that, right? Like, they would probably take him to universities or put him in front of children to speak about doing the right thing, right? How the fuck can you tell a motherfucking kid to do the right thing with a straight face and you're publicly endorsing and supporting a goddamn drug lord? It don't make no fucking sense. It don't make no sense. He said that was for a picture. He didn't read a book on Malcolm. Didn't they damn near kick John Morant out of the goddamn league about waving a pistol around? Didn't they damn near kick that nigga out the league for waving a pistol around? Didn't they? He said that LeBron got a school. Ain't that a bitch? Yeah, he do got a school in Akron, Ohio. Didn't they kick John Morant, damn near kicked him out of the fucking league about waving a pistol around? Didn't they? Didn't they? He wasn't breaking no law when he did that. He wasn't breaking no law. You know what he was doing? He was damaging the image. He was damaging the image of the National Basketball Association. That's why they hopped on his ass. He did it twice. He did it twice. And they damn near kicked his ass out the league. Do it again. They damn near kicked his ass out the league for that shit. You dig what I'm saying? So what is the difference between Ja waving a gun around on camera in front of motherfucking kids, in front of impressionable motherfucking kids, than LeBron James welcoming home a gun buster? Welcoming home. He said Gilbert Arenas, the same thing. Yeah. He said the morality clause. What part of morality don't you motherfuckers understand? He said, don't Disney own the NBA? They acting like children ain't present in this shit. They act like he got a school, but he tweeted that dumb shit. Do this make sense? I'm about to open this motherfucking hotline. I got to hear from y'all. Moderators, start your engine. Start your engine. Put the number in the chat. 646-592-7850. I want to hear everybody's opinion on it. I want to hear everybody's opinion on it. Please. He said, yep, and people were still making dumb comparisons and excuses for Morant. I bet you he won't do that shit no more. Melo said, David Stern called him in his office and said, I know who you hanging out with. Do you want to stay in this league? Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Had the FBI following his motherfucking ass. He didn't tweet about the anniversary of the Million Man March. He's never been proactive in anything that pertains to something positive or something that, or stand for something besides that hoodie situation. I think that was Trayvon Martin, him, Melo, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Paul, I believe it was. But even with taking a stance on that, you can't take a stance like that in front of the nation and turn around and welcome a fucking drug dealer home. Dumbass. Braun was faking the humble kid act all this time. He dumb and impressionable himself. Hickville, New York.
Yo, it's Chris from Freeport. My
Free.
fellow Libra brother, like I said, happy belated to you, brother.
Thank you.
And just letting you know, objectively speaking, LeBron James was giving us a facade this whole time. One thing about a dude who's quiet, you'll never be able to gauge how that individual really is. As you can see, his whole aura and his whole persona was well crafted. You gotta remember, like, this dude had a lot of things riding on him, so at the end of the day, he just kept his mouth shut and kept his head down. We never really knew what type of dude he was. And one thing about us Libras, because I was born a day after you, we see people's character and we don't forget it. It's unmistakable because I see this. Once LeBron James dubbed that kid in Paris, he was on your shit list for life because he didn't like how he conducted himself because there was a kid who wanted, an autograph. He never sees like a major player, and shit like that, which I can understand.
It's funny you brought that up because I was thinking about that earlier today.
I know you
I
do.
was.
We Libras, bro. I know we do. So that we put one and one together really fast. So objectively speaking, we never got to gauge LeBron James' character. He's a human being just like everybody else, but with the platform he has, you can't just be exalting and giving autonomy to a drug dealer, a degenerate. Say whatever you want to say. Demetrius Flannery is a degenerate. Whatever people want to feel about him, like he's a degenerate. And another thing, let me just add another caveat. Yo, I don't care what Suprema Griff thinks about Gerald Prince Miller. He's a piece of shit too. So at the end of the day, we should not be giving praise to people that raped and pillaged their community and did it to people who look just like themselves. It's iniquitous, it's pervasive, it's perverted, and it's a pernicious behavior that was exhibited by these people that always gets praise. Now, mind you, Gully, you're somebody who was in the streets yourself. So you know how pernicious this is, and you don't glorify it. You didn't glorify this shit. So why is someone damn near evaluated at $1 billion glorifying a drug dealer? Does that make sense to you?
And he didn't have anything in common with him besides being black. LeBron James was never in the street selling no dope or no shit like that. Like, it didn't make no sense.
Poverty too, we know that, but it looks like this. It really looks like, hey, a lot of these dudes, a lot of these athlete dudes, due to them coming from poverty, they want to fit in. Everyone wants validation, but it's corny. It's like, I remember you telling your public through a myriad of your videos that, we all in the city got, caught by the bug of materialism. Like you were saying, like, you were promised some shoes if you had good grades, and once that happened, your father wasn't able to do that, then boom, you got off the board and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing about that is this. That materialism can kill you because the shit that we fight for, the shit that we really care for, is meaningless in the end. Because think about it. Look at all the bitches that, you probably ran through and everything. And I'm not trying to, make this an indictment on you or anybody because you and a lot of people, all killers, share this story. Yo, I do all this shit. I get these bitches. I get everything. But, I get into an argument with this woman. She can keep this child away. I get into this argument with this woman. She can call the cops on me. So at the end of the day, you glorifying a person that literally is living in hell. So
right.
Why are you giving that narrative and that image to young children?
Right.
Not giving them the full story. Because Because one thing about you, you always gave the full story. Like, yo, this shit cost me my life. It cost me a lot of things that I could never get back.
Right.
But this is what he's giving praise to. Like, yo, you're 38 years old. It took you all these years to be immature. That doesn't make any sense, bro.
At all. I appreciate you calling in. Thank you for your input. Thank you. Next caller. Somebody said they was praising Akbar Prey when he was released at Newark's Penn Station. I believe he's referred to as Dr. Akbar Prey. He wrote an incredible book called Death of the Game. He denounced that life decades ago. He's known as an educator and a philosopher. You should try to go get a copy of that book, Death of the Game. You know what I'm saying? So we could bring you up to speed. That was a good try. Akbar Prey and Demetrius Flannery, those are two different people, pimp. 646-592-7850. I appreciate to hear more input from the audience when it pertains to this terrible decision that LeBron James made publicly. Excuse me. Indianapolis, talk to the dribble.
Hey man, Gully, this is Caleb from Westside, Indianapolis, Indiana, bro.
What's happening?
Man, I just want to share my testimony, man. I'm in a wheelchair, learning how to walk again. I got
Say that louder. They need to hear that. Say that louder.
Okay. I'm from the Westside, Indianapolis, Indiana, and the people that know gonna know. I got shot in 2000. I started like 90, somewhere around there, and I started trying to get out the streets in 98. And that's when they was flooding the hood with dope. I think Clinton was in office, if I'm not mistaken. I remember when he came in office, I was like, man, Clinton's solid, man. He giving us all this dope. And to see how it was destroying our community, I had an epiphany. I came out the spot one day, and I was like, man, I had all my guys in front of the crib, because I was kind of like the shot caller to a certain extent. And came out the crib, and I was like, man, look, all of us is wasting time. We getting the money, we got the cars, the jewelry, the girls, and all that, but wasn't else nothing going on. So I started trying to wean myself up out of it. And so when I eventually changed, in my mind, I changed, in my heart, I changed, but the things I was a part of still was, they thinking I was still something else, and got shot in 2000 inside of a nightclub, Gully. And before that, I knew how to play basketball, man. My mother bring it up every now and then that I could have been to the NBA. My little brother tried, but he didn't have the aggressiveness. He was talented, but I had like a little bit more talent. I had the size. I'm 6'2". I could have been a point guard, shooting guard, something like that, point guard. And my mother brings up every now and then that I could have, made it to the league. Everybody knew that. And for a person in the National Basketball Association, I think he got drafted in 2003. That brother got locked up 2005. What connection would you have with him other than you being black?
That's what I was saying.
Right. And two, you're supposed to be such a high influenced individual that you influence older people, younger people. Then, my age group, who's the GOAT, who's not the GOAT. You're in conversations of the GOAT. You got your son in the league. You done did that, finesse that, all that. And I tip my hat off to you, bro. More power to you. And got him a contract, 50-something. Anyway, you got him a contract. You got all these things going on for you. A big drug dealer like that, man, I wasn't on this level at all. I don't even think my homeboys that did like 20. Then my other homie, I know one of my homies got out, he did 20. And my other homie got life, 25 to life. he's never getting out. And then the actual dude that was actually kind of running the situation, he's still locked up for like 25 years, something like that. You know, so then I got I go on and on and on. But LeBron James, man, dude, I think it's a trend. I think it's you get some type of stripes if you affiliate with these type of dudes. Bro, so many people that's been dead, they got killed, locked up. Just so happened, God blessed me to be in a wheelchair, bro. And it's kind of like, I wish I could be in that position to be dribbling a basketball, 40-something years old, about 40 years old, bringing my kids into the game and being an example of what you can do if you apply your talents and your gift to something and be consistent and be in favor. You know what I mean? We got to put God in it and be in favor. And this dude want to get on social media and say, "What's up, Big Meech?" Like they had a relationship. Unless they had a relationship before he got into the league. Maybe I'm missing something, Gully. Help me out, because I'm confused. And not to you know, why I'm so hard on it, because I did the things that he's glorifying through this man, and imagine running things that he was accused of from the East Coast to the West Coast, from up north to the South, prior in other countries. Who knows, bro? So, man, LeBron, man, I don't know what to say about this dude, Gully. I promise, cuz. And two, like, man, just we gonna have to stop idolizing these people, man. You know what he should have said is, you know, came out about that Diddy thing, but that's for another conversation, man. I just wanted to get on here and kind of share my testimony, and I'll be on several platforms. I never told this, man, but I wanted to share it tonight. Maybe God let me to share it to your viewers, man. I respect a lot from you. I got one of your hats, bro. I lost it somewhere around here. I'm going to need it in a minute, but, you know, I watch you and support you, and you very in tune. You know what I mean? And I like how your approach is, and I hope a lot of people listen to you, keep listening to you, man, because you're solid. And I appreciate you, homeboy, and keep pushing, man. But LeBron, he's foul, bro. I done lost damn near all respect for that dude, other than him, you know, bringing his kid in, playing with his kid at 40. You know what I mean? He's not the GOAT. Isaiah Thomas, in my belief system, as far as talent, had more than that. So, man, we're going to leave that there, man. I'm going to get off of here and let somebody else.
Appreciate you. Keep the faith, man. Work to get up out that chair if you can, pimp. God bless you.
Just like that. On my way. Thank you, God.
Peace.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. Jay Tatum, I appreciate your super chat. You must forgot about the drug dealer who brought LeBron that Hummer. He went to the feds, too. Thank you for your super chat, pimp. Much respect to that gentleman who just called from Indianapolis, man. Subscribe to the channel. North Carolina, talk to the dribble.
What's going on, Gully?
What's happening, pimp? What's your name?
Corey, man.
Talk to me.
Yo, man, I just wanted to say, bro, like, our people, we really want to win, bro. And a lot of times, we'll just take what's in front of us. And I think that's what LeBron did, bro. Like, people talk about nepotism, but when a white man put his son in the office, millions of people don't watch that son fail every night. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And because of that, he could have put him in a Rich Paul position. And now that's probably going to look even funny, because what player is going to want to have him as his agent as a kind of a laughing stock? You know what I'm saying? So sometimes, well, not go. You feel me? He has the world. He could have put that kid in any position, but he put him in the one that he wanted him in.
Yeah.
And he got to pay for the father's sins. You feel what I'm saying?
It's fucked up. It's fucked up, and it's funny that you mentioned that, because that was the second portion of my topic. You see, it says Lakers, Quincy Olivari.
Crazy.
He went undrafted. Let me talk about him for just a second. Quincy Olivari is a guy. He's number 41 on the Lakers. He played a few nights ago when he went off. This is somebody who was deserving of a shot to be on the Lakers. He's not on the team yet. I don't believe he signed. I don't know what his situation is, but he's from Xavier University. He averaged 19 points in college. The nigga get busy. He went off the other night, right?
The game.
Yeah, he went off the other night, and then the next night they didn't play him anymore. He didn't get no minutes. You know why they did that to him? They did that to him because he showed up, Bronny James. He showed up, Bronny James. They gave Bronny James $8 million a guaranteed contract, and he can't shoot a penny in the ocean. And you got this boy, Quincy Olivari, who don't just play defense. He's got an infectious personality. When he come on the court, they get to getting busy. And JJ Redick did not play him the following night. Not no minutes. You know why? Because he would have made Bronny James in the minutes that he's playing, they would have made him look bad. Bronny James been getting minutes every night that he don't deserve. He don't contribute. He can't score. He can't defend nobody, nothing. And this dude who deserves a fucking spot on the Lakers as a contributor, he get busy. They kept him on the bench. And that's what make Bronny James being on the Lakers so fucked up. You dig what I'm saying? Just because he's LeBron James' son, they got him on the Lakers, and he's taking and he's already rich. Bronny James is rich. His daddy's fucking rich. That boy Quincy Olivari, he more than likely come from the hood, playing for a contract that can get his mama out the hood, buy his mama a house, and change his life. But they so caught up in nepotism and trying to make Bronny James a good player when it's not going to happen. He wasn't even good in college. He didn't even start in college. And furthermore, he wasn't even good in high school. And they trying to make him into an NBA player. I'm glad you asked that question. I appreciate you so much. What did you say your name was, G? Corey, I appreciate you calling in. I'm going to take another call. But yeah, you sparked me, man, because I had wrote that down. And thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. They said Denver should get Quincy. I seen a video earlier, and a guy was saying the Lakers don't deserve him. He should go to another organization where he gonna play. Talk to the dribble.
One last thing in regards to what you were saying about Bronny James. That's also showing you how immature LeBron James is. This is Chris again from Free.
Yeah. I recognize the number. Yeah, it shows how selfish he is. Oh, I'm learning a lot about this creep, and that's my team. I cheer for him every year. You dig what I'm saying? I cheer for the Lakers, man. That's been my team since I was a little boy. But I'm learning a lot about this cat, man. I am.
Bro, but he's no different than all them other dudes. Like, you heard what type of dude Michael Jordan was. You heard what type of dudes a lot of these dudes was. They're not Magic Johnson. They're not Isaiah Thomas. They're not Craig Hodges. You gotta remember, it's a certain type of dude that, you know, the NBA really pushes out in terms of black men. And a lot of those black men are out for self, and they don't really care about their community. They only care about themselves and people who think like them. So think about it like this. You look at LeBron James. LeBron James was coddled by Michael Jordan, Jay-Z, and those type of people. And I know you rock with Jay-Z, I know you rock with Michael, but I'm talking in terms of a character type of thing. Like, I'm not going to play Jaguar right because a lot of those things are unsubstantiated. But I'm just going to say, if we just look at the character of the people he's been around, would you really want your children around those type of individuals if it's not for business acumen or sports? We're just talking about human-to-human interaction, like what type of human beings they are. Would you really want your son around them? Because
I totally get what you're saying, and I would prefer a Craig Hodges, like somebody just said in the chat. Enough respect to Craig Hodges. If y'all know who that is, go look him up.
Yeah, that's a thorough black man.
Yeah.
But starting from downtown, and a guy that put his money where his mouth is, and the NBA kicked him out of the
Prematurely.
Yeah, no, they did that on purpose.
Yeah, hell yeah. He was a sharpshooter. Still had a lot of good playing days ahead of him, man. He did that situation at the White House, and they got rid of him. Yeah.
Bill, you gotta understand this though. Every controlled, and they all run in the same circles. You wouldn't think that some of these dudes that are politicians, but some of these dudes got fucking basketball friends, basketball cousins, and everything like that. Everything is all interconnected. It's like, you know how some people say 6 degrees of separation? It's actually with them in that type of circle with money involved, it's like 3 degrees of separation. So that's why they probably told, Bill Clinton and his cronies probably told David Stern at the time, this is all alleged, this is all conjecture at the end of the day, probably said, hey, this N-word is probably being too, he's ruffling a lot of feathers and we need to get him out of the NBA.
No doubt. No doubt.
Yeah, like,
I got to take another caller. I appreciate you calling in, man. I loved how you interjected Magic, Isaiah, and Craig Hodges. That was very essential to this conversation. Thank you. Peace. They said MJ doesn't like LeBron. G League dudes will bust Bronny ass. Those are grown dudes are hungry down there, probably living check to check. I seen a video earlier that said it's going to get worse for him when he go to the G League. New York City, talk to the dribble.
Yo, Big Gully, what's good? It's KM81, man, checking in.
What's
I
up
got a
with you?
different kind of testimony tonight. I'm going to touch on LeBron James in a second, but I like to say, to the chat, if you ain't got one of them PA knits, go out and copy one, man. Certified hole catcher right there.
Certified hole catcher. Thank you.
All right. With respect to LeBron James and Bronny, to me, this is the issue with nepotism. Granted access to things because of who you related to. And so that created a problem. When we saw that originally, right, with them trying to push, like, these NBA sons of the league, I'm like, hold on. I remember, like, about 2 years ago, I was watching Carmelo's kid when he was at Christ the King.
Right.
He was all right. Wasn't a starter. Barely scored 10 points a game.
Right.
Pulled him out. All of a sudden, he's at a powerhouse here in Long Island.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, that's weird. How you get there? Now, all of a sudden, fast forward, maybe about 15 months later, they say he's on track to become the New York Gatorade Player of the Year. How? And my problem with that is that, we follow this stuff on social media, we watch it, we like it, and then all of a sudden now, when they got to play against the real dogs like the Quincy Olivari kid, and they get showed up.
Right.
It's like, hold on now. So that's just my 2 cents.
Yeah, and in regards to Melo's son, I've seen him online recently. He's like that now. He's like that. He like that now. I think he probably gonna go to Syracuse, but he like that now. He is. He get busy, and that's the problem with Bronny James. Bronny James just ain't no good, fam. He not.
I agree.
And he's only 6'2". You can have a garbage player in the NBA, but if the nigga's 6'8", we can do something with him. You see what I'm saying? If he's 6'9", we could do something with him. This nigga can't even play point guard. He ain't no good. Thank you for calling in. I appreciate you.
All right, peace.
Yeah, peace. Chris Jones says Bronny has 0 intangibles. 0. And in regards to nepotism, right? They probably put their kids in positions, in administrative positions. And these are positions that you can be taught how to type, taught how to return emails, taught how to act in the capacity of a general manager and shit like that. Nepotism can't play out on the basketball court because you got to go out there and get busy. If you're not qualified, you're going to get exposed right away. You dig me? And basketball, the underlying thing with basketball, you got to have some confidence. And I know that nigga ain't got no confidence. You know why? Because he's shooting frigid. He's shooting ice fucking cold. A nigga with confidence in his mind, the next one gonna go in. I'm gonna keep shooting this shit because this shit gonna start dropping. I know this shit gonna start dropping because I'm nice. But Bronny, he ain't never been nice. He only averaged 4 points in college and shit. So he's scared to death. He's like a deer in front of the headlights. It just ain't gonna happen. It ain't. It ain't. It ain't at all. It's been an hour. I appreciate y'all for coming through. I wish I had got more input on the chat line, but thanks a lot. I got everything. I got the information out that I needed to share with y'all tonight. And my man Kenny King said, facts, this ain't no office job. Hell no, it ain't no goddamn office job. And I hope Quincy Olivari, I hope he end up all right in the NBA and shit, because that situation that he in is fucked up. It's fucked up bad. Anyway, that's my segment for the night. I've been here an hour. Y'all subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so y'all get the notifications. Follow me on Instagram at IamGullyTV_. Oh, Lawrence Woods, thank you. I have to add this before I get up off here. People try to figure out, why are the expectations for Bronny James so high? After all, he was a 55th pick. Y'all want to know why the expectations so high? Because his motherfucking daddy got on Twitter. Same way he just did this shit with Big Meech. His daddy got on Twitter and said, quote, I was watching the NBA ticket tonight, and Bronny is better than all these niggas. You dig what I'm saying? And when your daddy get online and say some shit like that, you got to be able to back that shit up. LeBron is the one who put him in his position with his mouth and with that loaded-ass 55th pick. That's my show for the night. Make sure y'all follow me on Instagram at IamGullyTV_. Twitter, I'm GullyTV1. That's how I caught that shit with LeBron on Twitter. I'm going to continue to, it's called X now, but I'm going to continue to call it Twitter. Make sure y'all go to the website and get knitted. PA-knit.com, or go to my personal haberdashery. TheRealDribble.com and get right. Y'all have a wonderful Friday. Peace.